Barons, as a brand, is a master of bending existing calibers to their will, to the point of them becoming practically unrecognizable. But this isn't something new. I've talked about this a million times. But recently, they've started producing in-house calibers that are tailor-made for specific purposes. They don't mass produce, instead leaning on a limited production approach. This means that their movement restructuring gets constantly, restructured even more. This allows them to conceptualize watches in a way that has never been seen before, or at least not at these prices. Now, while nobody's saying that these watches are entry level, there are a few good reasons for them being priced as they are. The brand combines traditional watchmaking techniques like hand assembly to even hand finishing on some of their higher end pieces with modern manufacturing processes, many of which they've developed within their own facilities. These include the use of sapphire to produce smaller movement components and even developing satellite time display functions. The end result is this: a cost-effective yet high-precision, well-finished timepiece. Let's talk about it. The Hong Kong-based independent watch brand offers watches starting from $2,000, often housing modified Miyota 9 series calibers to feature a variety of complication modules, and go all the way up to a $28,000 platinum high watchmaking piece, powered by a hand-finished in-house caliber. Now, while understandably these watches aren't as pricey as the high-end avant-garde watches from the likes of Urwerk or MB&F, they're also far ahead of entry-level micro brands that can be had in that sub-1,000 range. And this Orion 1 is a perfect example of that mid-range offering from this brand. So what's the concept? They go on to talk about an alien mothership that the watch is inspired by, but I'm more interested in the overall case and movement design. The steel case features up to 40 facets with high polished beveled edges and brush finished on flat surface. The watch wears much smaller than expected, measuring 38 millimeters from left to right, with the lug to lug rounding up to just 44 millimeters. It also helps that the case thickness doesn't exceed 12.6 millimeters, making this wear surprisingly compact on my 6.23-inch wrist. The crystals over both the time display at 6 and the ones over the caliber are sapphire. But the beauty of this piece, and by extension most watches by Barons, is that they don't homogenize their watches in a way that you'd go, oh, this looks like such and such. And that's not easy in an age where even original designs are not safe from going through comparisons. I would still compare this stylistically to the avant-garde futuristic timepieces from those brands that I mentioned, but not in a direct visual way. This doesn't remind me of a specific model. The top section is basically a glass box with the movement gears in motion, with Baron's signature moving seconds indicator in the center. But this is where the Orion time shifting mechanism shows off, by literally shifting the power horizontally downwards instead of vertically upwards like a regular watch. Why? Because why not? Why not explore new ways of time telling? The time shifting mechanism results in the watch being displayed digitally at the lower twin barrels display, with the numbers on the left denoting the hours and the right indicating the minutes. And then on the very top, you get a date window at the 1:30 position and a linear 24-hour day-night display. The crown is one thing that may be a hit or miss for some people. While it does use a clever patented mechanism to enable a lever-type winding and time-setting function, you would need to be careful not to tug too hard on the crown, as it's not the sturdiest feeling thing. I personally would want to see a small traditional crown, even if it breaks that case symmetry. It's definitely something that will need some tactile getting used to, but it makes for a cool party trick. Powered by a heavily modified automatic Swiss Solita movement, which Barons has called the caliber SWB 18200, it beats at 4 Hz and offers 38 hours of power reserve. The movement has been meticulously reconstructed beyond recognition, comprising over 30 components to create the time-shifting concept. Even the 20mm rubber strap features a newly patented quick-release system, which allows the strap to be quickly removed and reassembled by sliding the pusher. Unlike most avant-garde watches that look unnecessarily large on the wrist, Barron's is excellent at managing to keep these insane-looking watches at reasonable sizes, with the Orion one even feeling era-appropriate, as many brands are going smaller with their case sizes. At 3,600 US dollars, I don't see this as a watch for a first-time buyer who's looking for their first luxury watch, but more of a gateway watch for an experienced collector who's looking for a fun piece in their collection that doesn't necessarily break the bank and yet offers serious quality that surpasses entry-level micro brands. Watches like this are almost always controversial, so I'm expecting a riot in the comment section, but do let me know what you think of this design. Keeping the price aside, can you imagine yourself wearing this as a fun weekend watch? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested in this or any other fun watch, check out the Red Army Watches Malaysia website. They've gone global, so you can shop these weird and wonderful watches from anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy these. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.